is my friend Jeremiah. He's going to tell you something quite interesting.
So most people, when they're planting in their garden, they just buy some plants and they just put it in there, and what they don't consider is their soil. So there's two things that you can keep in mind when it comes to soil. There's two things you can do. You can do a soil test in a jar to see what percent of your soil is clay, if it's sandy, if it's silt, whatever it's like most consists of. So to do that, you can get a jar. This is most things, people have this in their home. Just get a mason jar and you fill it with a scoop of dirt. You fill it like probably 80% full. Then you would put some water in there and just a bunch of dish soap, and then you would tighten it up, give it a good shake, and you would let it sit for a day or two. And then after that, you will see that the soil has separated itself. And so you'll see like silt on top, sand, clay, and you'll see that the soil has separated itself. And then you can get a graph just from the internet, a soil graph, and you will calculate how much sand is in there, how much soil is in there, clay. Like, you can just use it with a tape measure or just like a ruler or something. And you'll measure and then you'll look at a graph. It's a triangle graph, and you can see if your soil is silty loamy, or clay loam, sandy loam. And yeah, there's short little YouTube videos on it that go more in depth about it. And then the second option is a soil test kit. They're about 60 to 100 bucks on online, and they come with these little tubes and stuff, and you put a little bit of soil in the tube, and it'll tell you the nutrients in your soil, if your soil is alkaline or acidic. And then you do research on the plants that you buy, and you see what plants do good in acidic soils or alkaline soils, and what plants do good in sandy soils, if your soil is sandy, from the jar test. And there's amendments for it too. If your soil is too acidic, there's amendments for it, like or if it's too alkaline, you can get like limestone or stuff to amendment your soil, or compost will level out the acidity too. And yes, and then you know what kind of plants to get for your garden. If your garden is sandy loam or clay, what kind of plants do good in that kind of soil.
All right. Thanks, Jeremiah.
Yeah.